Howdy folks, it's Grumpy Foot again. I'm going to do this series of reloading videos, and I figured the way I'll go about it in order is start in order of the way I started getting into it myself, where I started and what I purchased and used as my reloading progressed. And to start out with, the very first piece of equipment, as I mentioned in my other video, that I ever purchased for reloading was the Lee loader. Now, again, the reason I got this first was I didn't want to invest a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of space. As you can see, this hobby does take up some space. In a hobby I wasn't absolutely sure I was gonna enjoy or stick with, or I might not have liked it. So the smallest investment to start was the best way for me to go about it. So I did some research. I found this, and I went ahead and ordered it. It was about $30 back in 2008, I believe. And I must say, I do believe that was a good purchase. I still use it on occasion whenever I'm trying to reload super precision, when I want to shoot holes in holes and not have to resize, full length resize the whole case. This here neck sizes only. And I figure I'll go over a couple of the pros and cons of it and what I like about it. Now, one thing I would suggest, if you happen to be a prepper, someone that's, just being prepared for any situation that might arise, I would recommend this tool. With this tool, all you need to operate it, you don't need the press, you don't need the dies. In fact, this is the die. All you need is a hammer. And you can operate this tool. And I know that sounds kind of weird, using a hammer making bullets, but no, that's all you need is a good soft mallet, and you can reload with this tool. Another good thing about this tool is it doesn't take up much space. It doesn't take up much space at all. In fact, if you had to, as they say, bug out, you could throw this in your pocket and get on where you got to be, and provided you had bullets, powder, and primers, you could reload in a pinch. There was an old boy, he set a world record with this thing. I forget when, but he was reloading with this and bench shooting and set a world record for the tightest group at 1,000 yards. Now that record has since been beat, but it just goes to show how good this thing can be, as if how good you want it to be. Those are some of the pluses with it. Like I say, it don't cost much. It's easy to get started. This is a caliber specific tool. Now you can't buy this tool and load for a 270, a 30-06, or whatever other caliber you're shooting. This is for one caliber only. Now the way this tool works, when it resizes this shell, it only resizes the neck. It doesn't full length resize like a lot of your dies for your presses and stuff will do. You can buy neck sizers or full length resizers. This tool here, they only sell it, and it resizes the neck. So what that means is, when you get a piece of brass and you fire it out of your rifle, you can resize it with this tool and use this piece of brass in that rifle. Now, they don't recommend, Lee doesn't, and I wouldn't recommend either, you take a piece of brass you've picked up off the shooting range or a piece of brass some buddy gave you, resize it with this tool, and then fire it in your gun. The reason being, when a brass is fired, when a cartridge is fired in a chamber of a rifle, brass is soft and malleable, and it will take on the size of that chamber, which means the outside of this brass fits perfectly in the chamber of the rifle it was fired. Now, you may be able to take a piece that was fired from another rifle and it fit in yours and work fine. I'm not saying that won't happen, but you're taking a chance on this thing getting stuck in your rifle. Either as you load it and cycle it, maybe the bolt won't close and you got this jammed in your rifle, and that's not a good thing to have a live round jammed in the chamber of your rifle. Now you got to get it out. Another problem you may run across is it may, cycle fine, bolt close, fire just as pretty as you please, but when you go to eject this case, it might get stuck in that chamber. Then you got to take a cleaning rod or something and run it down the barrel of your rifle and knock a piece of brass out of your rifle, which is very inconvenient. It is it's not a good thing. In a hunting situation, you don't want that. In a survival situation, you definitely don't want that. It's about functionality. And you either, using this tool, you want to use either brand new brass that you purchased that is factory made to spec, or brass that is fired out of your rifle. Now, once you get that, you can reload with this thing to your heart's content. It won't let you down. It's light. It don't cost much. It don't take up much space. Not many tools in it. You got a little load chart here. It shows you the different weight bullets that you can load with it. It's got powder recommendations to use with this tool. Now this tool has no scale. It has this here. This is a dipper, a powder dipper. The way this works is you take it and you dip it into your powder. You put it in the jug like that. You press it down into the jug. Powder will fall into the little cup here till it's full. Then you pull it out and you that's your charge. You don't want to scoop it because you get inconsistencies when you scoop. When you dip it and let it fill itself up, it's more consistent. Not precisely to the 1/10 of a grain, but consistent enough for what you'd be doing with this tool. It's very compact, very small, don't require much work. The instructions tell you how to use it. I'm not going to demonstrate how to use this thing. There are many other videos out there that are much better than what I could probably do. And maybe one day I'll do a demonstration on it. But I just wanted to show you this tool. It was the first tool I ever used in reloading. And it's a very handy tool. I really like this thing. It's a neat thing to have. And the way it works is you got a big end and a small end. And the small end is your die. You drop that in there. Take your hammer. You hammer it down till it fits, and you knock it out with this piece. You take this little rod here, run it through that side, and knock it out, and you're resized. And that's that. Now there's other steps to get the primers out and all that, but I just wanted to go over this tool and just let you know that if you aren't ready to jump in feet first in reloading, this is one option out there to doing that. To see if you even like it. I blame this tool for my addiction to reloading. This started it all. This tool created the monster that is. And like I say, if you don't know if you want to get into it or not, but you might want to try your hand, this tool is highly recommended. And I thank y'all for watching. And I will start doing more reviews on the other equipment that I use, and we will start going over reloading sessions and how it is done. Thank you for watching, and y'all be good.